A healthier home isn't about doing everything perfectly, it's about doing a few things intentionally. I talk a lot about health and a healthy home, natural materials, and the different things that go into a healthy home. And so I know it can feel overwhelming at times, and I've been there too. I've been completely overwhelmed and had kind of obsessive behavior over health. And it can be a roller coaster sometimes. But in this video, I'm hoping to kind of clear up how to not be obsessive about it, what things to focus on and what not to focus on. And I hope that it's helpful. I'm super excited to dive into this. So our health pillar number 1 for this video is going to be having sustainable systems. It's really important that your home functions for you because stress is like the number 1 killer, right? Like, yes, it's cancer, it's diabetes, it's all these other things, but a lot of times they're exacerbated or enhanced or unable to heal from those things because of the stress in our lives. I just find it a key element to what I do in design and with my clients is making sure that as we're designing or as we're going through the home, we're really thinking through the systems that the home is going to have naturally built into it so that there's not a lot of thinking. When in our house, we like to say everything has a home. So inside our home, everything has a home. So like the kids' toys have a home, books have a home, everything in the kitchen has a home. So we create these systems and that allows us to not even have to think about where things belong. It's easy to put away. It takes 10 to 20 minutes at the end of the day to clear out the house as far as like putting everything back in its home, in its place where it belongs. And having those systems built in is crucial to having your everyday life be more sustainable, less stressful, enjoying your mornings and your evenings, and especially if you have children, it just can get chaotic really quickly. And so building those things into your home, it takes work on the front end, but once it's in there, it's just a matter of keeping up with it, and that will totally change your life. You don't even have to be going through a remodel process like how I normally implement it for my clients. You can just go through it on your own time throughout your home and figuring out, okay, what's working and what's not working. So to go along with this, our health pillar number 2 for the video is just that organization is a stress reduction. So it's kind of just echoing what I said before, but there's actual studies done that visual clutter, it increases cortisol, especially for women, affects your nervous system, and it doesn't allow your body to actually feel at rest and feel at ease. And I know that I found this very interesting as I've studied some of this stuff because I tend to be somebody that's clean, but it's hard for me to get organized. And I really got organized thanks to my husband, who is very organized, and that's how he is just naturally. He likes things to have its place and he doesn't like clutter. And so I've benefited a lot from that as we've grown together over the years. And there's just a health impact that we don't realize in having too much stuff everywhere. And I'm not saying that because I think that like maximalist design is not good for you. I definitely believe there's a way to be intentional about having things, but for most people when we're starting out, like if clutter is an issue, like that's not really a design thing. Like you can have design done well that is a little bit of a busier style of a design or a maximalist style of design, but that's still different from having clutter. That's different from like things just being dumped because you don't want to deal with it, or even the stress. Like when you see that pile there, that alone is stress because it's something that needs to get handled, and it's so overwhelming. It kind of paralyzes you from actually handling it. I'm speaking to myself right now. Having the systems in place so that those things don't happen, or they happen fewer and far between, or they're just easier to tackle, is going to make a huge difference in the stress that you feel in your home. Okay, so our health pillar number 3, one that I talk about a lot and I'm gonna keep talking about, is having natural materials in your home. Again, this isn't about being perfect. This isn't about having every single thing in your home being organic and handmade or anything like that. Obviously, if you have the budget and the ability to do that, I think that that's wonderful. The reality is most of us don't. Like, I'm sitting in a fake leather chair. Who knows really what it's made out of? But I also have a nice, beautiful wool rug that I've had for many years now, and I absolutely love it. It's balancing what can I do, when can I do it, but just knowing that, like, even having our overhead lighting on, these are LED lights. I really dislike them a lot, so I've been collecting lamps over the years, and I try as much as possible just to have the lamps on and not have the overhead lighting on. Obviously, there's times when I need the lighting, like now when I'm filming. I even actually had this window put in fairly recently because this corner was just way darker than I expected it to be after we remodeled. I hate having my overhead light on so much that I was like, I need a window. So we put this huge window in, so now it reduces a lot of the amount of time that I have the overhead lighting on. But this overhead lighting, it flickers, it's harsh lighting. I'm home all day, so this is the lighting that I have to work in. This is the space that I have to work in. And I know obviously a lot of us go to work and we're under other lighting that is also similar, where it's, has a high flicker rate and is not good for our eyes. And again, we can only control what we can control. But what I'm doing to help combat that, and which I suggest to other people, is like the lamps, so that you can have non-LED bulbs in your lamps, even if you can have more like orange or red light in some of your lamps. I use a red light every morning and every night. That's what I wake up to and go to sleep to. It just helps me so much. I wake up when it's dark outside. For a lot of the winter where I live, it's dark until like 7:30 or so, and I'm usually getting up around 6. So I'm waking up to the red light. It helps me just wake up a little more gradually versus being like my stress on my system from having LED lights on early in the morning. And then I'm just, collecting little lamps so that we can use lower lamp light in the evenings and help our bodies calm down, and using our overhead as minimal as possible. Also, just knowing things like using wool and linen and having real stone countertops and real wood cabinetry and real wood floors. The less plastics that you can bring in, the better your air quality is going to be, because you don't have those plastics flying around in the air. And visually, it's warmer, the touch is warmer, it's softer because it's a natural material. And yes, there's care that goes with that. And the reality is especially in America, we've chosen this like fast fashion environment, and so we want cheap and quick but still to look good. So we've replicated the look of all these natural materials and fake materials in plastic materials, but our body doesn't respond to it. It's not natural, and it's not how our bodies were built, and so they don't respond well to it. So do what you can, don't stress about what you can, whether it's like slowly changing out rugs or curtains, or your bedding is a great place because that's where you're sleeping and it's on your skin. Do it slowly, do it over time, but know that it makes a big difference and an impact on your health. So I just touched on this really quickly as far as like air quality, but our next health pillar is that exactly, it's air quality. And so there's a couple things you can do, but a easy, free, cheap, super cheap because it's free thing that you can do is just open your windows for a few minutes every day. Let the air flow through. It's freezing where I live right now, so oh my gosh, the thought of that is like not fun, but I still do it. And I think it's super important because I don't have air filtration system other than our main one in our HVAC. I think that there are some companies that make really good filtration systems. If you can have those, it is a goal of mine to have those. But until I get one, I'm just gonna open windows for a few minutes every day and let the natural air come in and let the internal air go out and just refresh the space. And it can give you brain fog if the air quality is bad. It can give you headaches. It's just things that it does to our bodies that we don't even really realize, and it can accumulate over time. We just don't even know what it is that's causing it because you're really not thinking about breathing every day. We just breathe naturally. So unless something is like really stuffy or stinky or whatever, we're not thinking about what's in the air. Oftentimes, we can't smell the plastics and the chemicals that are coming off of our furniture and our clothing and other areas of our home, our cleaning supplies. We're not aware of the stuff that's in our air. So just knowing 10 minutes a day of open windows is going to help your air quality. It's just, why not do it? Yeah, I just want to kind of end on not obsessing over these things. Like, it's such a, I find myself at this like crossroads of like, I really want to help and give all this helpful information because there's so much to having a healthy home. Like, you can use lower chemical paint, lower toxins in the paint. You can put in wool insulation in your house. You can use all natural materials as far as like tile and flooring. And there is a lot that you can do, but that comes at a cost. And the stress can be induced from thinking about all those things is not worth it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, like, stress is the #1 thing that is causing our bodies to be out of whack. Like, again, especially in America. I mean, I can't speak to living in other countries, but I know in America, like, we're just so hung up on climbing the career ladder and having success and being the best at all the things. Like, I want to be the best mom, and I want to be the best wife, and I want to be the best business owner, and I want to make content for you, and that I have a full plate every day. So really my focus on in my home is, okay, how do I make my home work for me so that the things that I'm committed to doing and doing well, I can do well, and the other things in my life that can release stress for me, that can help my days function more smoothly and not add stress to me, that's where we want to focus. So I'm not obsessing over the fact that I mean, honestly, like, I recommend Sherwin-Williams paint a lot, and they have come a long way, but they're not like known for their low toxicity paint, at least not yet. And I don't stress it, you know, like, I don't stress about what kind of insulation that we have. Do the things that I can control. If you are building new and you're able to, or like remodeling and you're able to focus on those things again, I think that's a great time to do it. But releasing the things that you can't control, releasing the things that you can't afford or you just don't know how to handle yet, and just controlling what you can and focusing on that. Like, our mental state is so important to the health of our bodies. So that's my video for today. I hope it was super helpful. I just want to remind you that I have some awesome guides that I sell through Stan Store that I'll link here in the show notes. Again, I'm here to help you, to serve you. So if there's anything that you would like to know more about, please comment about this video. You know, let me know what you think, and I'm always looking to improve and to provide for you, and I'll see you next week.